Hi, my name is Bob Pryor, and this is my home page for my online students, Math 52. Of course, you might have a different instructor, but it might look pretty much the same. I'm going to talk today about learning modules. Right here we have our course menu, or what's called the course tools. And we have this menu can collapse by clicking on this double bar here. We collapse it, and we can expand it. And of course, when we have it expanded, it's easy to see what's there. When it's collapsed, we can float the cursor over that, and you can see that this is learning modules, and here we've got discussions and so on. And actually, since today's discussion is about learning modules, I'm going to click right on learning modules and see where it takes us. Right now, we have open lesson 0, which is something that we kind of use to get started with the class. I'm not going to talk about lesson 0 right now, though. I want to talk about lesson 1, and this is just a sample lesson. It's not a real lesson you need to concern yourself with, but it has features in it that I want you to be aware of. Now, truthfully, there are really 16 lessons in this course. We only see lesson 1 right now because that's all we need to see. You notice that lesson 1 covers section 1.1 to 1.5, and within lesson 1 there are 2 quizzes, sample quiz 1 and sample quiz 2. Let's see what's inside the lesson. Okay, here we have an introduction. It kind of comes right up for us. And we'll also see that there is an assignment and a discussion. Oh, and here's sample quiz 1. You know something, though. I don't see sample quiz 2 here. Maybe something's wrong. No, I think everything's okay. We'll see where sample quiz 2 is hiding in just a moment. Anyway, whenever you come into a lesson, you will see the introduction right away, and you'll read through all of this. Here it's going very quickly. And it says at the very bottom, when ready, go to the lesson 1 assignment page. Well, that's right up here, lesson 1 assignment. Let me click on that. And here it tells us what it is that we're supposed to read. Of course, you'll read through all that. And let me scroll down. Oh, this one has some interesting things. It says, here, if you want to practice working with integers online, you might try going to these sites. Well, let's see. We can practice adding integers. Let's just take a quick look at what that is like. We get to a brand new page, and it's we can expand this, and it's got a little kind of a game for us to play about adding 1- and 2-digit integers. It's adding positive and negative numbers. I'm going to close that out now because that's not of major interest at this point, but I want to let you know that there are these activities sometimes that you can do online within the assignment. And let's see, it says when you've finished reading and doing the exercises, go to lesson 1 discussion page. So I'm going to click right here on the discussion page. Discussion. On this page, lesson 1 discussion, we see that we're given a couple of questions that we have to answer. These questions, we answer them on the discussion board. And that's what this little pin right here is, says discussions. Let me just open that briefly. Notice it says discussions. And we would go to discussions and we would post our reply to these questions. We'll save that for another time. I am now most interested in the sample quiz. So I'm going to click on that, and we're going to learn about how this works. It says that we're ready to do this quiz, so I'm going to click on Begin Assessment. Let me click on that. Okay, here we've got sample quiz 1. And over here, we see, this tells us what time it is. Of course, we have to interpret that by subtracting 12. This is 5 o'clock in the evening, 5:22. It says that we have a whole hour to complete this. And right now we have about 59 minutes left, so I'd better get going. Let's see, question 1. add 1 plus 2. Oh gosh. I'm going to guess 3. Now, when I click on a value like this, notice over here what happens with this numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4. This number 1 gets a little red exclamation mark, and what that means, and of course you don't see them here. So what the red exclamation mark is that I have made a selection. And here, as we see, it says answer not saved. So I've made a selection for the answer, but I have not saved it. To save it, I click Save Answer. Now we look back and we see that there's a check mark. That tells us, of course, we have 4 questions in all, but the first one, the answer has been saved. Now, if I want to go back and change my answer, I can. I can change it to 2. It might be foolish in this particular case, but I can do that if I want. Notice back over here that it has changed back to the exclamation mark, which means, again, answer not yet saved. So I can change my answer at any time, but if I do, I need to make sure that I save it. Well, I'm going to go back to my original and click Save, Save Answer. Again, there it's saved. Let's scroll down now and find question 2. 2 times 3. Normally this might give me some problems, but I happen to have seen this recently, so I just happen to know that it's 6. And I'm going to go ahead and do the next one. 18 divided by 6 is 3. Oh, by the way, you notice that this is worth 3 points, so I felt confident that I've got those 3 points. This is worth 2 points, question 4, and it is 9 minus 2, which, of course, everybody knows that's 11. And you'll notice that back over here, I've only saved the answer for number 1. Numbers 2, 3, and 4, I answered them, but I didn't save them, so we still have those exclamation marks. If I try to finish the test at this point, I'll click Finish. Let's see what it says. It says, you have not saved changes to answers 2, 3, and 4. You have not answered questions 2, 3. So it even thinks I haven't even answered those questions. I haven't saved them. I haven't answered. And the truth is, if I had a power outage right now or my battery died or something like that, for some reason I got knocked out of this, I would have to go back into the quiz. It would still be there for me, but I would only get credit for having answered number 1, and I'd have to then go back and redo numbers 2, numbers 3, and number 4. So it says, am I sure that I want to submit this assessment? No. So I'm going to click Cancel. I want to go back and save all of them. Well, I could go back and click each individual Save Answer, but I'm going to click Save All. And you see now they are all saved. And now I feel confident about clicking Finish. It says, am I sure I want to submit my assessment? Yes, I'm sure. So I'm going to click OK. And OK, submission in progress. I have successfully submitted. Good. I want to view my attempt. So I'm going to click here. And I'm going to learn that, oh, I didn't get them all correct. I only got 8 out of 10. 80%. What did I miss? Well, I got the first one right, 100%. Let's see, I got the second one right, 100%. Yay. I got this one right, 100%. Oops, 0%. Here's the one I missed. I see my score was 0 out of 2. Oh, well, I've got a score of 8. You know, I am allowed to take it a second at a time because this says attempt 1. I think I'll do that a little bit later. I'm kind of curious what happens. And here's what I want to point out real quickly. Here it says Sample Quiz 1. We had the introduction, assignment, discussion, Sample Quiz 1. I'm now going to click up above here. So I'm going to click on that. And what I want to point out now is that finally Quiz 2 appears. The reason Quiz 2 didn't appear at first is I needed to complete Quiz 1 before I could even begin Quiz 2. So in a sense, Quiz 2 it's like it's spring-loaded. It won't appear until after I've completed Quiz 1. But just for a moment, I want to go back to the learning modules, the main set of learning modules. And all we see still is Lesson 1, so I'm going to click back on Lesson 1. And I think that I'm ready for Sample Quiz 2.